Welcome to Wednesday Night Live from the basement. Here's your hosts, Rob, Daryl, and Tim.
Good evening, everybody. It's Wednesday. Daryl, Tim, how you doing, guys?
Pretty good.
Good.
Pretty good. Yeah.
Good. Just the three of us tonight. We have no guests because all of our friends are busy doing stuff. So there's just us this evening. So it is what it is. You guys having a good week so far?
I'm okay.
It's
just
busy.
Just busy. It's just freaking busy. Yeah, the kid was. I had to take my son to the doctors today, so I had the day off. So just a lot of running around, getting nothing done, basically, kind of days.
Yeah. I had one of those days. I'm in sales. I have people that work for me, and my boss is just he's computer obsessed, and I do more administrative work than I do sales work, and the amount of time I've spent on Teams calls in the last 2 days. I said this morning, I give a shit what I have to do. I'm going out on the road. I'm going to go see some customers because I can't stare at this damn computer anymore today. So that was what I did, and it was great to be out and about. So, yeah, Richard, how you doing? Grasshopper, how you doing? Everybody, welcome. Tonight we're talking wife's blind pulls. So we had our wives pull some records. We haven't looked at them yet. We don't know what they pulled, so we're going to talk about them. Just another way to do something random, I guess. So, yeah. Everyone staying safe up there, Daryl? The evacuation still on the island, or
No, they're coming back now. There's still kids that are out of town because they got to fly them all back.
right?
I don't know what the number was. I think they flew out like 1,000 people.
Oof.
Funniest, well, it's not funny, but the funniest thing about the whole thing is that did I send you those pictures of our airport bridge? So the ice chunks were basically touching our bridge, and then they evacuated a whole pile of people out. And the next day, the river broke. The water dropped 6 to 8 feet. It dropped.
Wow.
So they flew them all out to Barrie because that's where they went.
Right.
And then 24 hours later, the water was down.
Wow.
Yeah.
Is it getting warmer there?
Yeah.
Obviously, it's getting warmer because stuff's melting, but is it like signs of spring yet?
It's still under 10 degrees. It's I mean, it's melting and it's broken up and stuff like that, but I've still got tons of snow in my yard.
That sucks, man.
We've been getting like I saw, Richard posted the shit weather he got in Colorado there today. And the other day it was freezing rain, and then yesterday it was snow, and then we're just getting that miserable, gross stuff that just turns everything into mud.
Yeah.
It's nothing but rain here. It's cold and damp, and
same here. And I guess we have no right to bitch about that, Tim? Because we don't have to shovel rain.
No, that's it. It's just it's colder than Toronto, though. Like, we're still hovering around maybe 10 degrees.
Yeah. We're about 10, 12 here. We had one nice day. I had shorts on, and just rain in downtown Toronto. Yep, exactly. Just well, actually, not raining here today. It rained here this morning. I'm an hour west of Toronto, and but then from like lunch hour on, the sun was out, not a cloud in the sky. A little chilly, but I'll take it. So. Glenn in Buffalo, welcome. How you doing? We got the Habs playing tonight, so I just got to periodically check in. Last time I checked, we were losing, so let me just.
They're losing 2-1 right now.
2-1, end of the first. God damn it! And the Jays are shit in the bed, so that's fantastic.
My Leafs aren't shit in the bed. They got the number 1 draft pick again, and they'll screw that up too, guaranteed.
And they'll screw that up. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Richard saying Metro Denver, they got 6 to 16 inches of snow. Good God. You keep that stuff, man. You keep that. So,
yeah. I'm so tired of snow. Oh, man. I'm over it. I live in the wrong country.
You do. I complained about it here, and we haven't had snow in like 6 weeks, so I guess I should shut up. I just want to wear shorts all the time, so. I have mowed my lawn 4 times, though. and I'm going to mow it again in the next couple days. So
Mhm.
I guess I can't complain about that.
We're
I
not
don't
there.
have to worry about mowing lawn this year. You're lucky to see it.
I'm that guy that has to have the nice lawn. Like I go out, I've been out 3 times already, pulling by hand every weed in my lawn. I'm that guy because I want my lawn to look like a green
Yeah.
carpet. It's not quite golf course, but it's by far the nicest lawn in the street. So,
Yeah.
Yes, the wives pulled our records, and I don't know what mine just totally went random. She just literally went pull.
My wife
I
was
don't know.
down. My wife was down here for like 25 minutes. I'm like, what are you doing down there? So
My wife
I don't know.
asked me to load up my Discogs so she could go through the list because the only thing she told me, she put it in bag right beside me with the backs facing me so I can't see the covers. The only thing she told me was they're bands that she likes that I like.
There you go. So
Okay.
there was no criteria tonight. It was just the wives pull a dozen records. We haven't seen them yet. I can see what the first one is because it's sitting right here. I don't know what's in the rest of the pile. So we'll see. My wife likes music and she's got her own little record collection. Couldn't give 2 shits about mine, which is fine. We don't share records.
Yeah, same for me. She's got a small collection,
Right.
very small. Yeah.
I think mine might have.
My son Emmett has one more record than my wife does, and that's one.
There you go. So, any buying any new records lately? You get anything exciting? No,
I got some VCLT from someone.
you did. I got some VCLT as well from a different someone. Did you
I gotta
listen to any?
well-
Did you listen to it yet?
No, I've been so busy. I can't even
Yeah.
do anything these days. I don't know why. I'm actually gonna use the same box you sent me to send yours. Just recycle it.
There you go. Why not? I do the same thing all the time.
Yeah.
So I'd sent Daryl Concertos and Serenades, the Adam Baldwin record we've all been talking about forever and ever and ever and ever. And
My wife
something
was
else.
actually excited about the Darius Rucker one. She loves
Right.
Wagon Wheel.
That's cool. So Joe had sent that to me by accident because he'd ordered it for himself, and I'd offered to ship it back to me. He said, "Don't worry about it. I already replaced it." So he goes, "If you don't like it, just pass it along." And it was fine, but I thought, you know what, I'm going to pass it along to someone who would appreciate it more than I do. So I sent it to Daryl, and then I threw in my best friend's record, Blake. I have a stack of them, and I just, whenever I send VCLT, I shamelessly send it out. But it's actually, I think it's a good rock record. I think you'll probably like it. And if you don't, that's fine. You could use it as placemat or whatever, but just send them out. I should show you what I got. Where's the other one? Hold on one second. Talk amongst yourself for about a moment.
Yeah.
I just
So
don't
I know
buy-
it was nothing special. Tim. Did you ever get to listen to that former student of mine? Like she graduated.
I
high
did.
school
Yeah,
3
there was only
years
it was
ago?
only like 4 or 5 songs. Eh?
Yeah. No, it's a 5-song EP.
Yeah. It was all
Her
right.
dad posted it on Facebook. He was so proud of her for releasing her first EP ever.
Yeah. How did she go about recording them? Just through like Studio or Logic or whatever?
So I don't know the deal about how that went. I know that according to her sister, so she's got a younger sister that I'm teaching right now, and
Okay.
she told me that I think she's at University of Alberta or something like that, and they were recording the EP on CDs, but then nobody's buying CDs because it's not a thing anymore apparently. So the university's trying different ways to promote it, and I guess Spotify was the one way. So I figured I'd send it to you guys. I know it's likely not your thing, but I thought it was cool that a former student of mine from like 3 years, I mean, she's like 20 years old, released this 5-song EP on Spotify. So
I listened to the
I
first
just
track.
hooked them up.
I haven't listened to the rest yet. I'm going to get to it. I haven't listened to any music in about. I listened to one record the other morning, but I haven't listened to anything in about a week. So it just hasn't been time. I got some VCLT from good friend of the channel, Chris Mann over in Wales. Can anyone guess what band he sent me? He's already sent me one Stereophonics record before, which I really enjoyed. And then he sent me this, the best of the Stereophonics, this one here, which I like. And he sent me their newest one, I know Richard loves this. Make them laugh, make them cry, make them wait. I've listened to them both once each. That's all I've had time for. And I like them. I really, really like this one. So I can't wait to get into them some more. So that was very nice of Chris. I know Chris will be watching this tomorrow. So thank you, Chris, for sending that. Grasshopper says, I got my last RSD title I was waiting for, and I'm editing my RSD scores video. I got my last RSD title that I was waiting for as well, because I got them. Other friend of the channel, Music Talk with John, he sent me up the couple that I was looking for that he was able to find at his local. So I got them. I don't know if I'm going to make an RSD video or not. I haven't made videos in forever, so I'm procrastinating. So
My RSD choice is sold out everywhere. I can't find that Honeymoon Suite one on any website. It's
I've
sold
looked.
out
I've
everywhere.
been to 4 places and haven't found them.
Yeah.
So,
And then the K's Choice one that I wanted, I think they only pressed 500 copies. Like,
oh wow,
and it was like going for like the last I had seen, it was like $100 or some ridiculous number like that.
good
So
Lord. Record Hound, how you doing? Good evening, gentlemen, and any who aren't. I don't know if we're gentlemen, but we're here at least. So, all right, should we get into this? We're talking wife's blind pulls because we haven't seen what our wives have pulled for us. Some of it's random, some of it there's method to the madness, but yeah. So, which one of you guys wants to go first?
doesn't matter. You guys they pulled 12, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
You want to go first, Tim?
I'll go. Okay, I got to unveil here. They're under my son's jacket.
Okay. Let me supersize you.
Okay, here we go. All right. Oh, good pick.
What's
Look
the
at that.
over under on how many of Tim's records are going to be signed tonight?
Yeah, we'll see. Well, she knows. I told her the ones that are all signed are, yeah, in the boxes. So okay. So here's pick number 1, and great band. I've shown these guys before. Metric. She actually got me into Metric. Never heard of these guys. Again, they're from Toronto, I believe. This is one of their super older ones. This has got. Is this the one with? Combat Baby. It's got on there. I thought this was the one with Monster Hospital, but no, this is the one. This is one of their first. I think this is one of the first, if not the first album. And yeah, there they are. There. I've met them, but she hasn't, and she's probably a bigger fan. But she got me into these guys, and I don't think there's a bad record. Actually, I think they just came out with a new one last week, but I haven't heard it. It's very.
I'm trying to figure out what the big hit was.
Oh, there's a few. There's like Give Me
Yeah.
Sympathy. Who Would You Rather Be? The Beatles or the Rolling Stones? That one? No. They got some big ones.
Maybe I'm thinking. You know what I'm thinking? I bet you I'm thinking Muse. That's what I think.
Maybe.
Yeah, I don't know why.
Yeah. But they just came out with a record last week. She played the single for me. I'm like, that's very Taylor Swift. Like very Taylor Swift. So I haven't heard the album yet, but maybe I will when I'm at work tomorrow. But yeah, super band from Toronto, Canadian, Metric. Talked about them before. Great band.
I'm just trying to see if I can find if there is a song.
They have like 10 albums.
Yeah.
They've got some big
Yeah,
ones.
I'm looking at that.
I don't know how big they would have been in the States, but here in Canada they sell out.
In the States, they like Imperial, not Metrics.
Yeah.
Come on, guys, that's funny.
Yeah.
Nobody laughed at that
Maybe
one.
it's. Yeah. Yeah, maybe it was Monster Hospital. Maybe that's the one that I know.
Yeah, that might be the one. Like that's
Sounds
huge.
familiar.
That's what Ryan is just saying. Monster Hospital.
Yeah, and that's what I thought. But it's the album after this, I think, that had Monster Hospital. But this is a super album too, though. It's they kind of evolved as they went on. They were very indie. Well, they still kind of are indie, but they've moved into that proggy kind of sound. But now they're very like this new single that I heard is very, very poppy, very Taylor Swift. Not that it's bad.
Oh,
just
really?
not my thing, but
Right on.
Yeah.
Curtis, how you doing, sir?
Curtis?
Welcome.
Welcome, Curtis. Thanks for promoting Glass Tiger on your latest video. I appreciate that.
no way.
The one album I don't have because I don't
Just
collect
pour
CDs.
salt on the wound, eh?
Which album don't you have?
It's called 31.
Oh, yeah.
It's on CD only.
Yeah.
And
Is that the
because
one?
I don't collect CDs.
Yeah.
They're kind of like more like reimagined versions of their songs
Yeah.
with I think some
It's
live
black.
tracks.
It's
if I
black,
remember.
right? Like the cover's
Yeah,
black.
yeah.
Yeah. I know that.
Grasshopper is saying he didn't see any honeymoon suite in any of the downtown Toronto shops. Well, if they're not there, frig. Where the hell did they all go to Niagara Falls? That must be where all the honeymoon suite record stores are.
Maybe.
Douglas wants to know, Tim, have you heard Black Midi and what do you think of them?
Heard of who?
Black Midi.
No. Black Midi. No.
I don't know.
Can't say I have. Unless I know that I don't know I know them. If that makes any sense. Maybe I've heard them, but I just don't know I did.
No,
Heard
but
of
Tim,
Metric.
Tim has a new appreciation like I do. I know, Rob, you can't stand them, but I'm kind of digging that Engine de Poitrine.
I know. I have FOMO. I don't know
But
why.
I think for me it's because they're just as weird as Primus is, only with a whole different agenda.
I thought you would probably dig them. Yeah. It's not that you can listen to, you can't, but it's good. It's just good music to put on.
They're so out there. Like I get why people wouldn't like them.
It's
like
different.
They're just so weird, but
they're just different. Yeah.
Yeah.
Douglas wants to know who's the woman on the cover of the Metric album. Do you know?
Oh, it's Emily. What's her name? Emily Haynes. Hold on.
Okay.
Emily Haynes. Yeah.
Apparently, Emily's dad is a killer avant-garde drummer from the 70s.
Yeah, it's kind of go her.
There you go.
Emily Haynes.
Not hard on the eye.
With the real Don Cherry.
Yeah, we never thought we should have asked Record Hound to keep an eye out for Honeymoon Suite because he's close to Niagara Falls. I think he's in St. Catharines, I think. So never thought, man. We should have. We'll keep looking. I'm sure it'll pop up somewhere. They typically don't last long in the new arrivals. I think, I like Honeymoon Suite. I think of them kind of, they're sort of a legacy actor, I think, right? I mean, I just couldn't imagine that they were in big demand, but maybe it was a small run. Who knows?
I should have on Record Store Day. I saw it twice. I didn't know you were looking for it.
Yeah. No, it's all good. All good.
Sorry,
I'm sure eventually, I could go on eBay. I'm sure that somebody's inflated the price on eBay.
Yeah, I paid $200 for it plus shipping and exchange and duties and and what have you. Yeah. All right, Daryl, what's your missus's first pick?
I have not taken a look. I got no idea. I know that she had finished picking these about an hour before today. Well, her first pick is Madonna's Like a Virgin.
There you go.
Yeah, so I knew my wife liked Madonna. I didn't realize that she liked that particular album. So that's kind of cool. I like this album. I think we've talked about this before. I like any Madonna pre-music. I don't like it when she started going auto-tune. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Gotta show the Sire label because that's what she always was on. But this whole album is killer though. Material Girl, Like a Virgin, Over and Over is a good song. What else is on here?
Did you like her 90s?
Dress You Up is a good song. Yeah, no, this is a really good pick, and I actually never realized that she was really a big Madonna fan because the way that my wife approached it, she told me that she was just going to give me a baseline as to how she picked them, and she said that they would be albums that both her and I would like. She likes all of them, so I'm wondering if there's one that's going to come up, and if it does, I know Rob is going to be thoroughly impressed because
Okay.
yeah, I'm hoping it comes up, but we'll see if it does.
All right.
Yeah. So Madonna. I mean, what else can you say? I mean, you either like her or you don't, but there's no denying, like Michael Jackson and the Police and a lot of these '80s acts, Prince, like they were everywhere, and you got to give your respect for the stuff that they created. Without them, there wouldn't have been MTV, there wouldn't have been any of that stuff. So yeah, no, I appreciate Madonna, and there's a few that I'm missing from the '90s, but I pretty much have almost all the Madonna I need at this point.
I've got Like Her Prayer, which is all I need. So, all right. Okay. So we were out at my son's school, so we got home literally at 7:30, and I had to set up the stream. So I said to Kim, I said, "Can you just pull 12 records?" So she came down and just kind of ran her hand along and pulled out records. So the first one she pulled is Noel Gallagher's High Flying Birds. This is Chasing Yesterday, his second post Oasis album. I'm going to show the gatefold. I don't know who the hell that is.
I was going to say that's not Noel.
That is not Noel. I wonder if it says in the liner notes. I really don't know.
Is it a member of the High Flying Birds?
I don't think so. Artwork, concept, and design by Noel Gallagher. Except inside gatefold by Jen Stacy. Doesn't say who it is, though. Don't know. Kind of looks like this guy's going to, break into your shed and steal your weed eater or something.
That's what.
Anyway.
I was thinking the same thing.
Right? He's a little sketchy. 2014, when this came out, I don't listen to this very often. When Oasis broke up, actually, Oasis didn't break up. Noel left, and he did his own thing called the High Flying Birds. And the rest of Oasis stayed together, and they renamed themselves BDI. And the two BDI albums are not very good. I don't have them. I wish I did because they're worth a lot of money. I have them digitally, not very good. I preferred Noel. I always preferred Noel, even when I was an Oasis fan, because, Liam's the front man with the charisma or obnoxiousness, depending on your perspective. But we wouldn't know Oasis without Noel Gallagher. So I liked the High Flying Birds' first solo album, whatever you want to call it. I loved it. This one, just unremarkable. Like, it was fine, and it sounds fine. To me, there's not any big standouts on it like there is the first High Flying Birds album, but it's okay. Let's do it once in a while, but not that frequently. I didn't like the third album that they did, but yeah. So the second offering after Oasis is Chasing Yesterday by the High Flying Birds.
I'm only familiar with Oasis's music. I'm not familiar with their solo stuff. I gotta listen to it.
Noel's the first album is good, but it's definitely not Oasis. BDI is not very good, but then I would say by the third High Flying Birds album, Noel got a little bit, let's experiment with like electronic shit mixed in with rock and roll, and it's terrible. Like Chasing the Moon is not very good. But at the same time, Liam had destroyed his voice, but he had done whatever he needed to do to get his voice back. And the last two Liam albums are outstanding, and they sound very much like Oasis. They're really good. Mm-hmm. So there's Why Me, Why Not, and then I forget what the last one's called. But Why Me, Why Not? You like Oasis? Go to that Liam Gallagher album. It feels like it. You could tell he was trying real hard, I think, to prove to the world that he could still sound Oasis-y, and I think maybe he was trying to prove it to his brother, too, and I think maybe that partially laid the foundation for the reunion. Just my thoughts. I don't know. But, so, yeah. All right, back to the top there. Tim.
All right, number 2. Let's see what we got. Oh, look at that. Okay. This is another. Oh yeah, this is a good album. This is a good album. This is another indie artist. Never heard of her until she started playing. See, she's one to like. She puts on the Spotify, whatever playlist kind of thing, like a randomized. I don't know what it is, like, and she finds like some really really cool stuff. And here is Soccer Mommy. Have you heard of Soccer Mommy? So it's another indie artist. How would I compare it? It almost looks like Gillian Anderson from X-Files.
Kind of looks like her. Yeah.
Yeah, kind of.
There they are. Soccer Mommy. They're I don't know how to describe them. It's been like I don't avidly listen to them, but when I do, it's good. It's very mellow. Like just guitar, like almost like a 3-piece band. Like it's not rock and roll. It's like your quintessential kind of, when you listen to indie music, right? But it's pretty melodic, good songwriting, very solid songwriting. She's still around. She still does stuff, or they still do stuff. I don't follow it, but the first 2 albums, this is the second album. Actually, I think this is a Record Store Day release. Yeah, it's pretty cool. Check this out.
It's like a smoke color, right? Like
smoky green. Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I like it. So I can see. I think I see where she's going with these picks. So I think it's like stuff maybe that she's introduced me to, or stuff that she likes that she thinks I would like. I think that's where this is going. Yeah, Soccer Mommy. I never actually would have pulled this before, but it's pretty good. I'll have to give this another spin because it's actually really, really good.
And
not
of course,
mind blowing good, but it's good songwriting for indie, which is kind of vanilla and like once you heard it, you kind of heard. I find that a lot of indie music is just very vanilla. Like once you hear one, they all kind of sound the same. But she's got some good songs, or they do. I think Soccer Mummy's a band, not a person.
No, it's a person.
Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah.
And he's 2 for 2 on signatures.
I know. I was just remarking about that.
I know, and it's funny. She hasn't met her, but I have. Yeah. But she gets me. Yeah, I trust her. No, my wife has she has good taste in music. She goes through these phases though. Like sometimes she'll listen to like hardcore rap, and then she'll kind of like go to something else, and she's all over the place. She just likes whatever she likes. She's always changing, but at this time, like Metric, like around this, maybe like 10, 15 years ago, at least 10, 15 years ago, is kind of when she got me into them. Yeah, it's good. It's good music.
Is that better for you, Ryan? Am I wearing the right hat now? Well, I can't actually wear this hat because it's too tight. It just sits on my It sits on my Darth Vader head over here. So
I felt like I just got punched in the mouth.
Oh, and not to get confused with Hockey Dad, because there's a Hockey Dad band as well.
There you go.
That's right. They are called the Hockey Dads, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Like literally straight up the Hockey Dads.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Because nobody cares, I'm going to explain the hat situation anyway. There's a Habs hat that sits on my Darth Vader hat, and it's too tight for me to wear. It gives me a headache. This one just sits down here on top of my speaker. The rest of my hats are all upstairs. And yes, I was wearing a Habs hat all day today, but when I came down to do YouTube, I didn't have a hat on, so I just grabbed the one that sits on my speaker over there, which is this one. So I have been representing my Habs all day, and I was watching the game right until 5 minutes before we went live tonight. So go Habs. Okay. Now that that's out of the way, because no one cares about where I keep my hats, but now you know. Go for it, Daryl.
All right, so I feel like a zebra tonight. Like it's almost like super shiny and bright on this.
That looks great, man.
Yeah, I normally don't wear my referee jersey, but I got home from work after reffing soccer at school, and then I just didn't bother changing.
Yeah.
Figure I just wear it to the show. So, all right, what did my wife pick for?
You
Oh
look
well,
very
here we
official.
go. I knew this was coming for some reason,
Yes.
and it's my. I mean, this is. How do I explain it? This is, other than Britney Spears, this is my new. It's kind of like Susanna Hoffs for you. Taylor Swift could be my. She could be my fake wife if she wants.
I get it, man. I get it.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm not going to take this out of the sleeve. I put this in the sleeve last night, and because it's a double album, it's just too tight to take out of here.
Well, and the packaging on that one's weird because the record doesn't come out like a normal record. It like there's flaps
Yeah,
and shit that you have to unfold to take the record out.
Yeah, it's really weird. It's got this like a flap thing like this, and there's a book inside and all that kind of stuff. And this one here, I don't know if you can see it, but it's the glittery orange.
Yep.
But I mean, Life of a Showgirl, you know, before this came out, we had talked about this like a year or two ago, where her last 2 or 3 albums just kind of were like, meh, kind of like the samey thing.
Yep.
But then when my wife bought this for me, you know, I was like, okay, but I really like this album. Like, I think it's kind of it's a direction that, how do we explain it? Like, this is Taylor going kind of wild, I guess you would say, where she's just, I mean, when she's talking about her husband's penis in a song.
I was just gonna say she's talking about Travis's penis.
Yeah, so that's kind of like where she's gone with this, but I like Taylor Swift. I get that there's those that they're not Swifties and all that kind of stuff, but she's all right. And I mean, cut the girl some slack. I mean, I gotta say, I mean, anybody that could be on stage when Kanye West became a complete douchebag on national television and hold it together the way that she did. Hey, I gotta give her props for that.
No need to defend your position because I'm a big Swiftie. I have a lot of Taylor Swift records, and I'm a fan, and I've seen her in concert, and I have absolute mad respect for her. Yeah, I like that record because I had said I really liked Folklore when it came out because that was kind of like her indie record. And Evermore was kind of like part 2 of that. And those were awesome because they're very different than anything she'd done before. And then Midnights was an evolution of that, but a little more electronic. And then Tortured Poets. And it was just by that time, I'm like, okay, we've had the same album now for the last 4 albums. And this is just a straight up pop record. It's her being happy, writing about her husband's penis. Good for her.
Like
it's fun.
Like the
it's
big
fun.
hit track there. What is it? Life of Ophelia. I mean, that's a
Fate of Ophelia.
It's a really good, catchy song. There's nothing wrong with it.
No, it's good.
Yeah.
I first heard it at I went to the Ottawa Senators game. You know how they play music in between plays and stuff.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, that's catchy.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And then I find out.
And
that
I believe, like,
and then I find out that Max Martin is all. He's got his.
Like, I know that he's not the be all end all, but you watch a guy like Rick Beato, for example, and he does criticize modern music, but he doesn't typically criticize Taylor. Like, she can sing, and yeah, there might be a little auto tune here and there, but she's genuinely doing her thing, writing her own songs, all that good stuff. And hopefully there isn't too much noise in the background. My boy is pouring himself a bowl of cereal. So
no, it's all good. Well, I look at it like this. Even if you don't like her music, and that's fine, and even if you think she's annoying as shit, which is fine because there's a lot of her out there because she's the biggest pop star on the planet. I don't know that you can argue, though, that she's done more to change the shape of the business of music than anybody. She said, fuck you to the labels and ultimately won. Good for her. Done a lot for artist rights. Good for her. And as a solo, it's not like there's just her, right? There's not like a band to share the spotlight with her. It's just her. and she's been famous now since she was 15 years old. And by all accounts, still has her shit together. It hasn't gone crazy like most, because she's got more money than just about anybody, and surrounded, I'm sure, by yes people that she could do whatever she wanted.
Mm-hmm.
Still, by all accounts, has her shit together. So even if you don't like her music and you don't like her accomplishments are pretty incredible. So,
yeah. Oh,
Folklore is not her most expensive record, Richard. Her most expensive record is the Long Pond Studio Sessions, which is a live studio recording of Folklore. That's the most expensive one. Do I have it? I do. Record Hound says he's not Swift. He's more like a klutz. He's here all night, folks. Well, and yes, this is another good point. She's probably bought a lot of folks into vinyl. Yeah, you're right. She's her army of devoted fans, of which there are millions or tens of millions or whatever. A lot of them are buying records because of her. And yeah, her records clog up the pressing plants. But I would argue that if it wasn't for her records clogging up the pressing plants, we'd be where we were 10 years ago, where there were only a few record pressing plants in operation, and it was very hard for people to get records made. So good for her. Mm-hmm. I agree. I guess that makes it my turn then, right? Yes, it does. Okay. Oh, all right. This is an album, a band both the wife and I love. It's a very hard record to find, but no one gives a shit. This is Cuff the Duke. I've talked about them before on my channel. I may have mentioned them last week or the week before. They're a band originally from Oshawa, Ontario, but I would argue now they're like Guelph or Hamilton. They are like Uncle Tupelo. They're that sort of alt country kind of thing. Fantastic. This is their album from 2007 called Sidelines of the City, which was their third record, I think. Really good. I like all of their records. This one is really, really, really hard to find on vinyl. It was pressed on Hayden's record label, which is called Hardwood Records, and I think there was only 500 of them made. Like, it's a really low number. So I've seen these guys more times than I can count. I know Wayne, who's the lead singer, and I know AJ, who's the drummer. They did, I think, 6 records or 7 records, and then took a break. They didn't break up. They just did other things, waited 12 years, and then just put out another record like a year or so ago. So, what's this here? I worked at the Dakota Tavern, and Cuff the Duke played there a bunch of times. I love the Dakota Tavern. I've been there a whole whack of times. I don't think I've ever seen Cuff the Duke there, though. No, I don't think so. So, yeah, love Cuff the Duke. Great guys. There you go. So, like Uncle Tupelo, that kind of thing. Scott, our guest from last week. How you doing, my friend? Welcome.
Excuse me.
Richard saying, speaking of Uncle Tupelo, I was playing Anodyne this morning. Oh, my favorite Tupelo record. I love that. It's fantastic. Good one. What did you think of it, Richard? You like it? Okay. Back to you, Tim. Oh, hold on.
What do we got here?
I was the door guy in the bar back at the Dakota for 11 years. Well, then you and I have probably crossed paths because I used to go to the Dakota quite often. One of my favorite bands in the world used to play there, Dustin Bentall and the Smokes. I used to love those guys. Friends with Dustin and Kendall. I used to see them there a lot at the Dakota. Forget who else I saw there. My best friend's bands played there a few times too. So I've probably been there when you've been there. So there you go. Richard says, I love all of Uncle Tupelo. Yeah, me too. I only have Anodyne and No Depression on vinyl. Tupelo records are hard to find. So I'd like to get some of the other. I have them all digitally, but that's not as fun. All right. Tim.
Okay. Alright. Okay, this band is cool. Oh man. I actually have to give you guys another spin because I forgot I had this in my collection. So this is one of my wife's records. And again, another one of those Spotify plays. And I'm like, huh, who are they? So I tracked down the record. And that is the St. Lucia. These guys are cool. I don't know much outside the band other than this particular record, but how would I explain St. Lucia? They're like a very synthy, like an 80s influence, very like synth heavy electro pop kind of band. The guys, they're from Brooklyn, I think like African American, Africa based. Like it's really cool stuff. Really, really, really cool stuff. I never, ever would have heard these guys. You can't find the record. Yeah, I don't even remember how I tracked this record down. But does it have any cool like?
It's a cool cover.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
It's very. Hold on, I'm just trying to see if there's any like. No. It's black vinyl, but yeah, these guys are cool. If you like that 80s heavy synthy poppy kind of stuff, really
That would
really,
look way cooler
really good
if you ripped
stuff.
the shrink wrap off of it.
Oh
Yeah, I was gonna say, Rob, that one's a little hard to
I know.
see the coolness in.
Grip it and rip it.
Richard Griffith.
I'm gonna get one of these days. I'm gonna get Northern Revolution T-shirts that say "Grip it and rip it."
Yeah.
One of these days. That's not.
So you said that's like 80s synth pop, basically,
I'd say like heavy synth, yeah, like synth pop.
like OMD, or heavier than that.
I don't know. Maybe. It's hard to like I'm just trying to like I only know the band through this album and maybe the following. I haven't followed them after this, but just because I just haven't. But what I hear,
I'm gonna want to see that one on Spotify because I like the 80s synth stuff, so I think I'd like that. Yeah.
Let me see what they. Yeah. Blends of nostalgic textures with modern dance production. That's what Google says. So, yeah.
Very descriptive.
Yeah.
Okay. What'd your wife pull next, Daryl?
Ooh. I gotta watch how I take these out because she all right, here we go. I want you to take a guess what this could be. It's a greatest hits album. And I know Rob loves these guys. They're Canadian.
Oh fuck! It's Nickelback.
Nickelback, yeah.
Ah,
And
no.
it is Nickelback. I convinced Chris Mann to finally watch the documentary that they have. I think it's on.
No. Why would you do that?
It gives a whole new insight into Nickelback, and
Oh God.
I actually think it's kind of unfair that everybody hates them. I think it's just Chad Kroeger because he's so arrogant now that they've reached that plateau of fame, going from some small 500 person farm town in Alberta to this heavy Hall of Fame. I've actually thought about doing a I don't know, we could even do it as a live stream. I've thought about talking about 10 songs that if I was a wrestler, a professional athlete, something like that, what would be my going
Your
out
walk-up song.
Burn it to the ground for me is like if I was to get pumped up going out on the ice or something like that, Burn It to the Ground is my pump up song. So I've considered doing that strongly. Top 10 go out there songs.
Let's
for
do
athletes.
that.
So
Let's do that next week.
we should do that. That'd be kind of fun. So I'd have to put this one on the back burner though, because it's been shown way too many times on here now. I think the Nickelback stuff. But if you're a Nickelback fan, honestly, and you don't want all their albums, this is really the way to go. That's all I'll say about it. You know, Chad Kroger aside, I don't know. Maybe it's because I just have some nostalgia to this. You know, finishing university is what kind of when they started, or it just kind of brings back a time in my life when it was all over the radio, but I actually didn't give a shit about them 20 years ago. And now I've kind of come
What
a little
happened
bit
to
around.
you, Daryl? What happened to you,
Yeah.
man?
Yeah. What?
I went to the dark side. And this is the best of volume 1. I don't know what volume 2 has in store.
Good Lord, tell me they don't have enough songs to make 2
Yeah.
greatest hits records. More like greatest.
Yeah, that you know, the only thing that I know it's not a popular song of theirs because it was their very first single was Breathe, and Breathe is not on here, and it's the one track that I've always wanted. I was hoping it was on here and it wasn't. So,
All right. Well,
and of course they do, you know, the cover of Saturday Night's All Right for Fighting. How can you not go wrong with that on a hockey night in Canada?
well,
Yeah.
many reasons.
That's
why.
that's Nickelback.
So Rob, either we've at this point just lost all of our viewers over this, or there might be some comments. I'm not sure if there's any because I can't see them.
People are still
I don't know if
watching.
anybody's.
We still have hundreds of viewers right now.
But my wife likes Nickelback, and so do I. So I guess we're just two peas in a pod. That
Well, I'm glad you found each other. That's all I
Yeah.
can say. All right. Oh, this is interesting. This obviously came from a DJ guy, I think, because it has a fucking DJ sticker on it, and I haven't peeled it off. But I think I got it for next to nothing. The single for U2's Discotheque from the album Pop. What's in here? There's holy shit. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's like 6 versions. Good Lord. It's okay. So we got to do this. Everyone remembers the song Discotheque, right? Like the shittiest U2 song probably ever. Richard can probably chime in because he's a fellow U2 fan. So we got 3 discs here. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 different versions of the song Discotheque. Good Christ, that's too much. Got the sleeves in there that match the artwork for the album. What do I say about it? I'm a big U2 fan, so I don't know if I got it at a record show or whatever. I literally was a couple bucks. I'm like, yeah, anytime I can find a U2 single that is cheap, I'll buy it. I don't mind. Tim just left us. I don't mind the song Discotheque. It's okay. Do I want to actually put it on? No, but if I'm listening to the album Pop, which happens very rarely, I don't mind it. There are a lot worse songs on the album. It's U2 definitely trying some weird shit. There are much better songs on the Pop album than that, like Staring at the Sun, Last Night on Earth, God Will Send His Angels. Better songs. Not a giant fan of Discotheque, but as I said, I think I grabbed this. He was in like a couple dollar bid, so there you go.
I've got to re-look at U2. I don't know what it was. Is after the Zooropa album, I kind of lost interest. I don't know
Well,
what happened there?
Shameless plug. Richard and I recorded a video last week of the 5 albums. Now Tim's coming back. There you are, Tim.
Oh, sorry, guys.
It's all good.
Computer crap the bucket.
Yeah, there you go. Richard and I did a video because we both love U2. The 5 albums that we would recommend for folks to get into their music. Like, where would we start? And it was very interesting what we came up with. I'll just put that. I've got to get it edited. It's almost edited and put up. It just, I spend so much time staring at this damn computer during the day because I also work at home that maybe by the weekend I'll have it up. So I haven't forgot about it, Richard. So, but to your point, I get why after Zooropa, like Zooropa's kind of a either you like it or you don't kind of album because it got weird. Too weird for me. I don't like it. But then the albums that came immediately after that, which was All That You Can't Leave Behind, and the one after that was Atomic Bomb. Those are really, really solid records. So, you can almost jump over those, and there's some good U2 that comes after Zooropa. So
I tried.
I think my issue maybe with the discotheque song, it kind of is where what I was talking about with Madonna earlier. Like Madonna did that whole music song. I can't stand that song.
right,
And I think that it's because they're very similar.
they are. Yes,
Yeah. It's just a weird dynamic in the late 90s, early 2000s.
yes. And the pop album and Zooropa, yeah. But once you get past that, they get. I think Richard and I sort of described it as it's kind of like their older stuff, but a more mature version of their older stuff.
Yeah.
And there's some really good records in there. So, all right.
I bought. I tried to like Zooropa. I tried. It was one of those albums like I was just getting into U2, and Zooropa had just come out, and I bought it, and I'm like, I when you're a kid and you fork up $20 to buy it. I tried so hard to like that record.
It's funny you say that, Tim, because I think, I mean, I can't speak on behalf of you, Tim, but both Rob and I think we had heard like Joshua Tree and all that previous to that. But if your first album that you ever heard by U2 was Zooropa, you'd be like, honestly,
well, I knew.
Can you imagine that being the first one that you heard?
Yeah, like no, like I knew U2, but I was just getting it's when I was just starting buying my own music and getting into what I like, and I'm like, okay, cool, U2's got this new album, and I tried.
Yeah,
I couldn't do it. I couldn't. I tried. I just can't imagine being that teenager that they'd never been exposed to it, and Zooropa's the first U2 album they ever heard. They'd probably be like, A, what is this shit? And B, I'm never listening to U2 ever again. You'd have to almost convince someone.
Or they're like, wow, this is fantastic. And then they go to look at some of U2's other music and they go, what is this shit? This is not the dancey crap.
That's true too, yeah.
Right? It could be either way.
And I should have read between the lines when they had people sticking their foot in the Edge's face.
It's weird, right? Because I love Achtung Baby. I think that is brilliant. And Zooropa was born of that album, right? It evolved out of the Zoo TV tour, which was for Achtung Baby. And I love Achtung Baby, and I hate Zooropa. And
it's almost as if they went, hey, how far can we go? How far can we take this? It's almost like it seems like that's what they did.
Maybe. My best friend, the guy whose record I sent you, Daryl, he and I are massive U2 fans. We have been forever. We've seen U2 in concert together. And he and I agree a lot about just about everything about U2. When it comes to that album, he loves Zooropa. It's his favorite. And I go, nope, it's the one I can't listen to. So opinions are like buttholes. Everyone has one.
Yeah.
Lionel Richie, Achtung Baby is their best. I would agree with you on that. Yeah. Yes, I think it's bloody brilliant. Love it. Okay, back to the top. Tim, what did your wife pull for you after that?
Let's see here. Oh, interesting. Oh, this band's great. I love this band. I actually loved this band for a long time. I still do. Do I listen to them? I don't listen to them. I don't know what your guys' take is on these guys, or what people's in general's take on these guys. They've only got 2 albums, and both albums I can listen to front to back. Like it's almost like Greatest Hits 1, Greatest Hits 2, and they're just albums. And that is the Savage Garden.
Oh my
Oh.
God. I forgot those guys even existed.
I
if
love.
I
this
had that album, that album there, if I had it, it would have been in this pile.
Yeah,
My wife's that's my wife's favorite band.
This I
Is that
I would-
is that
I
the
would-
one
I-
that has Truly Madly Deeply on it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
this is the first one. Yeah. Nothing. No.
Wow, that brings back memories. I forgot about that record.
And it's pretty.
Yeah, because they did that one, and then is that Affirmation or is that?
No, they
Affirmation
haven't.
one
They
after?
haven't. They haven't printed Affirmation yet. And the only reason why I know, the only reason why I have this on vinyl, is because a guy that I work with is a big fan, and he's like, and I heard we were just talking about, oh, have you bought any records lately? Whatever, blah blah blah. And it's like, oh, as a matter of fact, like I just pre-ordered this album, and you can only get it through the Savage. You could only get it through the Savage Garden site at the time, and to get it here was like
Mhm.
pretty expensive just to get it here. And this is like
That-
it came out maybe a year.
That is
ago.
crazy. I've never seen anyone show that ever.
This-
Me neither.
This record is like it's just banger after banger
Yeah.
to the moon and back. You know,
It's funny, Rob. When you say that brings back memories, we're like '90s high school kids. That was
Oh yeah,
That was the album.
yeah.
Honestly.
That was
the
every high school dance from '97 on.
Yep.
yeah. And then when when Affirmation came out, I was that dork in line waiting for the store to open to buy it just from how good this album was. I wanted to hear the new album. Yeah, they had to break open the box for me.
Wow.
Forgotten Australian bands. That might
Yeah,
be
man.
close to number one there.
Yeah, this is a great record. Good Paul.
Yeah.
Fuck, I haven't heard that in 30 years, probably.
Yeah.
Wow. Good one, man. That's great. Curtis is saying, I've been transported back to my first car.
Yeah.
There you go.
Nice. Yeah.
Okay.
That's
What'd your
that's
wife
a good
pull
one.
next, Daryl?
Ooh. All right, so we're going with a little bit of '90s punk, and we've talked about this before. How many pieces of poop can you find in an album? Green Day's Dookie. This actually, my wife got me this album for Christmas a few years ago, so this one goes in the vault because she normally doesn't buy me too many records. This was the first one she ever bought me. So yeah, no, this is, you know, obviously it's punk and all that, but you talked about Savage Garden with just a bunch of bangers. This is a bunch of bangers too. Like everything on this from start to finish is it's fantastic. You know, Longview always kills me every time I hear that song. Any song that says when masturbation's lost its fun, I mean, you can't help but laugh at that. You know, Welcome to Paradise is good. Basket Case is great. When I Come Around, I mean, those are the big ones. But I mean, it's just, I don't know what it is. There's just something about these guys that is really enjoyable on this. I think this was their first mainstream one. I think they did an album
I
before
think there
this.
was one before that.
Yeah, but it just never got out there. But I mean, this is just really cool. I mean, and every single time we've talked about, every time I look at the album cover, you find something different on it that you never saw before. And Green Day doesn't suck. Little story about Green Day too. When I was in grade 10, I won the grade 10 woodworking shop award at my school. And what they used to do for awards for high school kids in my school is they gave you gift certificates to like a local video store or whatever it was. And I got a $25 gift certificate, and I bought Green Day's Dookie on CD with it. That was what I used my grade 10 shop award to get.
Nice.
Yeah.
I have to confess, I love Green Day, and I have a bunch of Green Day albums. I do not own a copy of Dookie.
No.
Do I like the album? Yeah, I do. I've just never got around to buying it.
Mhm.
The wife has a copy
I have
upstairs.
3. I've got
There you go.
Dookie, American
American Idiot.
American
Idiot,
Idiot.
and I think Warning are the 3 I have.
And how many of them are signed?
Just one.
Yeah, of course.
Well, just Billy though.
Well, that's the most important part, right? Okay. Well, this is an interesting pick. We've already mentioned this young lady this evening. This is really going to make the viewership drop off. For the second time, we're going to talk about Taylor Swift. This is Speak Now World Tour Live, which was a CD that was released after, obviously, the Speak Now tour. Was never officially released on vinyl. This is a unofficial release. There you go. There it is there. It's kind of the highlights of the 1989 World, or sorry, not that's another live album. The Speak Now World Tour, it kind of highlights of it, has all the big hits on it, has a few. She used to do this, whatever city she was in, she had a little acoustic set and she would play a song or two by an artist from that city. So if she was in LA, she'd pick an LA artist and play a song by them. And on here, she did Betty Davis Eyes, and then she did Drops of Jupiter, the song by Train. So that's kind of fun. I don't know if this is on colored vinyl. It is. It's gold vinyl. So for an unofficial release, it sounds good because all they've done is just taken the audio from a CD and, but it sounds fine. And they've done a very good job. The cover looks fairly legit. So if you didn't know, you'd go, oh, it probably looks legit, except, there's no copyright information or anything at the bottom. Yeah. So
now my question, this is a question actually for Tim. So do you own any unofficial copies of records?
I do. Usually like Beatles.
So my question is, have you ever brought an unofficial pressing to get signed? And if so, do they like shun that, or will they sign them?
That's a good question. I don't think I have any. I'll have to go through my collection to confirm, but I don't think so.
Yeah, because I'm just curious if they would actually sign them, or if they'd get pissed off that it's some rip-off copy of an album.
That's a good question. Yeah.
I mean, if it was Jacob Dylan, he's such a wanker. He'd probably get pissed off because he didn't make $5 off that record. So.
Yeah.
I don't have. Did I show? I have one unofficial. I got to show you something.
All right.
If I can find it really quick.
Richard didn't want to hear about Taylor Swift, so he decided to go pee.
Not only did he have to go pee, he ran to the bathroom, according to that.
He really had to pee. I don't know if I'd actually want them to sign a bootleg. I totally would, because who else is going to have a signed bootleg?
It's something that just kind of comes to mind.
I've got to find this record.
Sorry, you cut out there, Daryl. What were we saying?
Oh no, my other son just got home from a soccer game, and he's given me one of these signs.
Yes, we're losers listening to vinyl records.
I'll find it. I'll find it. I'll try to find it in a bit.
Okay.
I gotta show it. It's the most inappropriate cover.
So, for the record, there are two other Taylor Swift records, of which there was an official release, but not on vinyl. There was the Christmas album and the Beautiful Eyes EP. And I'm such a Taylor Swift nerd. I have unofficial pressings of those on vinyl too. There you go. I didn't plan it. The wife pulled this, so it's not my fault that my wife and Daryl's wife pulled Taylor Swift tonight. So don't get mad at us people that are viewing, get mad at our wives. Not our fault that we own the records. It's not like we bought them or anything. So
she's standing in the background. She just heard you. His wife pulled Taylor Swift too.
I wasn't sure how you got it.
All right, Tim, your turn. I'm going to quickly go say goodnight to my son, so the floor is yours, sir.
Okay. Another fantastic band. Are they still around? I believe so. But these guys started strong. Their last record I didn't care for. Last two records I didn't care for. So I kind of tapped out. But this record's awesome. I think it was pretty huge when it came out. Maybe let's see, is there a date? 2014, okay. So 12 years ago. And that would be MGMT.
MGMT.
Yeah, have you heard of MGMT?
I've heard. I think there's one or two songs I've heard.
There's some great. This is a great record. The big
They're
one.
more
would
like
be,
electronic stuff, eh?
the one. Yeah. The big one would be Kids. Dan, dan, dan,
Yeah,
dan,
Kids. That's a
dan,
good
dan,
song. I like that
dan,
song.
That one. Yeah, but this whole the Weekend Wars is very like, man, it's almost like Mick Jaggery. Time to Pretend, The Youth, Electric Field. Yeah, it's very like, this is also a very like synthy 80s indie-ish kind of sound. But this is a great record.
Actually, that Kids song on Watch Mojo and stuff has been rated as one of the most disturbing music videos ever.
Oh, really?
Or no, wait, is it Kids? Is Kids the one where the woman's walking around with the child in her arms and all the monsters are scaring it? Or is that a song called Monsters?
I have to see it. I have to see it. I don't
There's
remember.
a music video where there's a woman carrying her child around and all these like monsters are trying to grab at the kid.
Okay.
I thought it was that one. I could be wrong.
Huh.
I'll look it up and see if I can find it.
Cool. But yeah, this is, you should pull in a bunch of some stuff I haven't heard in a while, but that's actually really, really good. I got to give these another spin. But this is probably a little bit more mainstream than what I've been showing for sure. This one, in terms of indie, I think these guys are pretty well known.
So I don't know. I'm trying to figure it out, but according to this, I think it is that music video because it basically it was polarizing and it says no children were harmed in the making of the video, and then on Reddit it's like any update on the kid from Kids video, like his mental health.
Okay, so it was okay.
I think it's that one.
Okay,
yeah,
I'll check it out.
What did you show there, Tim?
Oh, MGMT. Do you remember that?
No.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't remember the name, but beyond that, no.
Okay, you probably would have heard a few of their songs back. I was just looking at the print of the record. It was about 12 years ago.
Okay.
So they had, there's a few songs on here you'd probably definitely know if you heard them.
Probably.
No, are those the band members on the cover? Because if so,
that's
kind of unique.
Yeah, they're like their first few albums were good. And they pressed this one in different forms. Because this they had an EP basically with half these tracks, like as they were getting famous, and then when they got famous, it was basically the EP with some added tracks, which is this album.
Okay.
And then they came out with a couple albums, which are actually pretty decent. The third album is kind of very, very like Curie, like that underground 80s sound. Like they got pretty cool, like they got really interesting. But by the fourth record, they just got weird. And
Yeah. Seems to be a way with a lot of the bands, like because they're 2000s band basically. Seems to be the way it goes, where they start off.
They find a niche, they find their fit.
And then they kind of take a different lane that's unusual.
Yeah.
All right, what do we got here? I never knew.
Well, there you go.
I never knew. I didn't think I'd be showing a Bruce Springsteen album tonight, but this is a this. Other than Tunnel of Love, this is my favorite Bruce album. I think I do have Nebraska now. I got that as VCLT from Chris,
Nice.
because he bought a new copy of his, but. I think that one needs a few more listens because it's way different than a lot of his other stuff. But this one here is the one that I grew up on. Born in the USA. I mean, to me, this is a banger. Every song on here, except for I'm not a huge fan of Darlington County. That's I think the only one I'm not a fan of.
I love that song.
Yeah, I don't know what it is, but other than that, I mean, I'm on Fire is probably my favorite song on this album. But everything on here is, I mean, let's face it. I mean, even Darlington County, if I say, oh, I don't really like that song, I mean, I'm not skipping it. because it's a good song regardless.
Right.
To me, for some reason, it doesn't fit in with the album per se. That's just my opinion, but I mean, you can't go wrong with. I know we've talked about Bruce ad nauseum, but I mean, once again, like we talked about Madonna at the beginning, there's no denying that, the MTV days. In the what video was it that Courtney Cox is in? Dancing in the Dark, right?
Yeah.
Right. I mean, everything about that. I mean, that's where some of these actors and musicians became famous.
Yep.
So, I mean, I can't really say much more about that album because it's right up there with any near perfect album I have in my collection.
So the secret, I think, to Nebraska is make yourself a coffee on a Sunday morning when you don't have to do anything. Put it on and drink your coffee and listen to it. It's that kind of an album.
Yeah.
Or late at night by yourself, just with nothing to do. Just it's a depressing album, but it's good. It was recorded just before Born in the USA, and on the anniversary edition that just came out, there's Electric Nebraska, and there's the Electric Nebraska songs sound a lot like Born in the USA songs because they were kind of done together. Like there's a version of Born in the USA that was originally destined for Nebraska.
Really?
And it's a lot different, but very cool. So they're two very different siblings, but very different listening experience. But you have to kind of put Born in the USA out of your mind and just sit down with a cup of coffee and just kind of chill and let's do it. It's
Yeah.
This is a good point. I hope they release Electric Nebraska separately. I could listen to Electric Nebraska endlessly. It's fantastic. So, okay, that means it's my turn. Well, it's kind of a mundane pick, but all right. Little band out of England called the Beatles. I have a lot of Beatles records. This is Beatles 6. This is a Canadian mono first pressing, and there's not an ounce of ring wear on this record. I was lucky because when I started buying Beatles records was 1994. No one gave a shit about Beatles records in 1994. Not even a lot of people even gave a shit about the Beatles, but people were just dumping their records en masse and buying CDs. And there was this little record store that I used to go to in my hometown. I'd often skip out of high school and go down to the record store. And I bought a lot of Beatles records from that guy. And all of them are first pressings that I have now. Any of the later pressings I got rid of. So I have all first Canadian pressings, mono and stereo of every album. And most of them are in really, really, really good shape. Because this was, 30 years after the Beatles had recorded it, and no one was buying records, so you could buy them for a dime a dozen. Because think about it, it would be like buying a 90s record now. So, I was fortunate that I was buying my Beatles records at the right time. So, a first pressing Canadian Rainbow Capital, Beatles 6, which is not their 6th album in Canada. I think it was the 7th. But, I'm not a fan of these North American releases. I prefer the British albums because that's how the band intended the music to be. But I have them because that's what I first started with when I was buying these in the 90s because I took my dad's Beatles records and finished out my collection. And I think of them more as sort of historical artifacts. I don't actually listen to the original North American ones. I listen to the mono remasters and whatever. So there you go. What's Trevor saying? The second best band from Liverpool next to Carcass. Trevor, you're the man, sir. All right. Back to Tim.
Just a funny little segue as I found the record. We were talking about unauthorized, right?
Yes.
Records and stuff like that. I'm not gonna this is a Paul McCartney bootleg that I bought. I've never seen one since. This is the only one I've ever seen. Paul McCartney and Wings, Oriental Night Fish. Okay, I'm not gonna say anything about this record. I'm just gonna show it. Like, why?
I have some bootlegs with questionable covers too. I have a Linda Ronstadt one that I can't show because YouTube will be.
But it's just like, what were they thinking? You know?
Right.
Anyway. Oh, look at that. Okay, she's a big fan of this band. I like this band, but she's a big fan. And I'm surprised she didn't actually. So she participated in Record Store Day once with me, and she didn't pull that one, but she pulled this one, which is equally awesome. The Ramones. Rocket to Russia. Yeah, these guys are awesome. This one's got like the Creep Pop, you know, Rockaway Beach, Here Today, Gone Tomorrow, love that. Yeah, this is a pretty solid album. Teenage Lobotomy. Yeah. And what do you say about the Ramones that hasn't been said? But they're good in the right environment. These guys are great.
Yep.
Yeah.
I don't know
the original punk bands.
I don't know how. Yeah, I don't know how many records do these guys have. I don't even know. But I listen to the Ramones through her, really. Like I like them. I just never gone out to actively listen to them.
Mm-hmm.
But
how many of them are even still alive?
yeah, I don't know. I don't think
Not
Not many, eh?
No.
That's a cool.
Yeah.
Show the back cover, or is that the inner sleeve?
It's pretty cool. Yeah.
Yeah, that's really neat.
There you go.
That's cool. I guess I'm just a geography buff, so anytime I see a map come up, it's just I just love that stuff.
Yeah, it's a pretty good pick.
All right. Good one. All right. Daryl.
Okay, what do we have next? Oh, all right. Got the Wilson sisters,
Ah.
Ann and Nancy Heart. It's a good album. Yeah, this is the one that has Never on it. It's got These Dreams. This album here kind of reminds me of I don't know, just like driving down in town. This stuff comes on the radio while Dad's driving down the highway, kind of thing. This was all over the radio, and that's what it reminds me of. It just, yeah, I don't. The cover of this one is pretty beat up, but yeah, there they are in the back, and you know, I think they're still. I know one of them was having health troubles, recently.
Yeah,
I think.
Ann was.
I don't know if they're touring too much anymore, but yeah, like What About Love, Never, These Dreams was all over the radio and everything, and just I don't know. What is this? 1985? I would have been like, I think it's 1985 or 86. Anyway, I'd have been like 5-6 years old when this came out. So just kind of anytime I hear this stuff come on the radio, it's just like, you know, back to the days when I was sitting on the front lawn playing with my little Tonka trucks, and this would come on the radio, and just I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I don't listen to it all the time, but it's really good. I like Heart. Can't go wrong with Heart. I haven't found too many people that are like, no, I don't like the Wilson sisters. I don't like Heart. Yeah. Most people do. They're just rocking. Like if we had thought about for Mother's Day doing like a Women's Week, I mean, this would have shown up.
Oh, for sure.
For sure. Because I mean, they're just 80s, 70s, 80s rockers, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
So there you go. And I really would like to get the Dreamboat Annie album than the first one that they did, because that's I think
Oh,
what is
that's-
it called? Dreamboat Annie.
Yeah, the one with the
Yeah,
the white
that's a
the
really
white
good one, too.
backdrop with the two sisters. Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a really good one.
yeah, they have a few good ones. That album actually, that's. Do you remember a few weeks ago I showed you that ridiculous Canadian compilation that was like a K-pop knockoff, that On Top? So
Yeah.
that, along with that Heart record, were my first two. Like my dad, when I was like 5 or 6 years old, he buys me a Walkman, and he comes, here's your Walkman for graduating, grade 1, and then he gets me that, and then that Heart album. So I have fond memories of that Heart album.
I think the only issue with this album for people that are true Heart fans that I've heard is like Barracuda and stuff like that, right? Those are rockin' songs, whereas this is kind of like those cheesy 80s love song ballads,
I don't think Anne
which I
particularly
think might have
liked
been a turnoff for some people, but I like that. I've always liked 80s cheese. I don't know why.
Yeah. I don't think Anne particularly liked that record. I think she's gone on record saying she's not a fan of it, but it's good. They're good tunes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I got to try and obscure part of this cover because there's profanity on it and a couple naked dudes. So let's kind of hide this best I can. John Lennon and Yoko Ono and the Plastic Ono Band sometime in New York City. This album sucks.
Yeah. Didn't they just
A lot.
do a special edition for that, or try to?
I hope not.
It must suck something, because I've never seen you show it before.
Oh, it's shit. It's shit. It's absolute shit. Cool cover. It looks like a newspaper, and then the back is the same way. I don't know what the inside looks like. Let me see.
So do you figure she pulled that album out as like a gag?
I think she doesn't. I think she probably didn't know anything about it other than it's a John Lennon record. So, I've said before, I love the Beatles. Don't really care for the solo Beatles except for John. But not all of his albums were good. This was garbage. It's half him doing songs and half Yoko doing songs. In this case, it did not work. In the case of Double Fantasy, yeah, it's fine. You kind of skip the Yoko songs, but the songs that he did for that album are fantastic. The songs on this, not good at all. It's terrible. There's nothing good about it. But I picked it up for like less than $5, and I'm like, I don't have it. I'm curious what it sounds like. It's no Plastic Ono Band. It's no Imagine. Yeah, it's not very good.
Now, if you had that,
That's a
if
cool
you had
cover,
that
though.
other album,
I like those covers where it's like a newspaper and all that. It's a cool cover.
Yeah, and what it is, I should say, each article. So there's each article that's listed here is actually one of the songs, and then the text of the article is the lyrics to the songs. So it's a very clever cover.
Yeah.
Looks neat. Sounds terrible. The songs are shit. So there.
At least it wasn't the album where they were naked on the cover.
Two Virgins. No.
Yeah.
No, thankfully not. I don't have that one, and I'm not in a hurry to get it because I don't need to see. I don't need to see their dangly bits, either of them. So yeah, don't have that one.
Okay. Oh, that's an interesting pull. Oh, Rob's favorite.
Oh boy.
Rob loves this guy.
Oh boy. Bob Dylan.
So
I get Nickelback and Bob Dylan in the same night, and you throw in some Yoko Ono just for fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man, short end of the stick, eh? Yeah, I don't have a lot of Bob Dylan. I got maybe
Thank
two
goodness
albums.
for that.
I got three albums. I got 3 albums. This is
That's
one.
4 too many.
Yeah. But yeah, this is pretty. I mean, I don't mind, but I don't mind the odd Bob Dylan. My favorite Bob Dylan song is actually Joker Man. I love Joker Man from like 80 Infidels, like 80, 81. I like it more than this older stuff. Like I get the whole, I get it. But like
That's
you,
his
Rob, like,
protest stuff, eh?
yeah. But like I get it, but I do it in doses. I can only do it in doses. Like I can't go on a Bob Dylan binge. And I hear live, he's kind of, I don't know, tolerable at best. Live. He's just a weird. He's gone really eccentric, eh? Like, he doesn't look at the crowd. He doesn't. I don't know. I've heard stories. I've seen him once live. Not in a venue. I saw him at Blues Fest.
I know we weren't like professional or anything, but I used to be in a band, and we had one guy. He was a bass guitarist, and he had his back turned to the crowd.
Yeah.
Every time we played, he would not look at the crowd. His back would be turned to the.
Okay.
It sounds almost like a similar thing. Like,
yeah.
you wonder if he's got stage fright almost.
Yeah, I don't know.
Stu Sutcliffe, when he played bass for the Beatles, used to do that because he couldn't play bass worth the shit. So he figured if he had his back to the audience, they couldn't tell he couldn't play.
Yeah.
So
Smart.
I've heard though, Dylan's son's a real wanker.
Oh man, is it he ever? Oh man, I can't believe I got tickets. I still like the music, but now it's just,
I would love to
it's
see
kind
the
of a sore
Wallflower.
spot now.
I would
What's
love
that?
to see the Wallflowers.
Yeah.
But, yeah. Richard and I are in the same boat. I don't get it, and I don't want it.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Okay, what do we got next? All right, Rob. This is the one that I figured she might pull, and I know that you're going to have no problems with this. What do you think it is?
I'm hoping it's
Canadian-
ABBA.
Canadian
No,
artist?
Canadian?
No. Canadian artist that you really like.
Oh, Blue Rodeo. Oh, Amanda Marshall, even better.
Yeah.
Even better.
Yeah,
yes.
no. Yeah, she really. I knew this was coming. She really likes this. Like when I throw this one or I throw the self-titled album, just great stuff. I've got it. I know that it's not the same. We've talked about this, but I got to get the new one. I'd like to get her new one, and excuse me. Hopefully she'll get the rights to the third album and get that one recorded. But this one here, like the only issue I have with this is it's a double album and each side only has 3 songs. So you got to get up. And I mean, I get it. It's part of the thing with records, but man,
Is it?
yeah, this is a 2-disc one.
I didn't remember it being 2 discs.
Yeah,
Is
it's
it
2 discs.
is it the blue
And
one?
like each side is only like 3 songs. So the biggest issue I have is I don't have a return arm, which speaking of return arms, I was listening to some YouTube channel and they were talking about return arms, or was it on Facebook? People were complaining that return arms are shit. It's for lazy people and all this stuff. And honestly, on some days when it comes to an album like this, I wish I had a return arm, because you play 3 songs and it's not that I'm lazy. I just would rather sometimes just listen to 6 songs and then flip it kind of thing.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But this is a really good album. I'm still preferable to the first one, but man, when this came out, I mean, this whole thing is bangers too. There's nothing wrong with this album.
No.
And if you're not familiar with this one, because we usually show the white one more than we show this one. But this has Believe in You, Love Lift Me, If I Didn't Have You, Ride. Those were all like big hits.
Love Lift Me is my favorite Amanda Marshall song.
Which one?
Right. It's just
Love Lift
a
Me.
really, really good album. And I don't know what happened. Why she chose the style for the third album that she did, because it's not good.
Yeah, she went more like
you go
R-
from two really good banger albums, and not only that. I mean, we've talked about her being kind of like folky, bluesy, Sheryl Crow. Like, I mean, the third album is like, let's go pop.
Well, it's like pop, but R&B pop. It's weird.
Yeah.
It
Really
only
weird.
had one big hit on it, which was it called? Another Sunday Morning or something like that?
Yeah, and that's not that good of a song.
No, it's not. But I still want it because I got the other 3 albums.
Yeah, I gotta get her
Have you
newest one. I know you said it's okay,
Right.
but I wouldn't mind having it as well, just to kind of
Exactly.
have it, right?
Exactly where I'm at. Exactly where I'm at.
I need to get this. Was that the blue
And
record?
you just got an autographed copy.
I said I was gonna. I had the debut, the white album, if you want to call it that. But I said she has signed copies of it on her web store. So sure, I pulled the trigger on it. There it is, autographed. I think it was $40, and I had it in 3 days. So
There you go.
yeah, there we go.
Holy crap! You'll never believe this. I know it's off topic, but my wife bought my son one of those what do they call those mini hockey sticks that they play with and all that.
Yeah,
She bought it off Amazon. It got here in 2 days. I couldn't believe it. I'm like, didn't you just order that? And she's like, yeah, 2 days ago. Usually to get anything up here is 3 weeks. 2 days.
I was surprised when you said the stuff I sent you arrived because that was like maybe 5 days, 6 days, something like that.
Yeah, it was like 4 or 5 days.
I was shocked. So
Canada Post, I guess, did their thing.
yeah,
We need our hockey sticks.
yeah, exactly. Richard says he almost ordered it signed. Shipping was expensive. Welcome to our world. It's normally the other way around.
It's
We have to
worse.
order stuff from the States,
It's
it's stupid.
It's probably the one reason why I don't buy records. I don't buy very many records anymore.
Yeah, I got my stuff on going off on a tangent. I got the couple things that John picked up for me on Record Store. And I paid him for it because they were nowhere to be found up here, and was happy to do it because I really wanted them. But by the time I paid exchange rate and shipping, and Canada Customs nailed me with some duties, like that doubled the price.
Mm-hmm.
Which I was expecting. It wasn't a shock, but you just go, fuck, it's crazy. So, I'm going to say very little about this next record because I've shown it a million times, but the wife pulled it. Oasis, What's the Story, Morning Glory, album that changed my life. So, amazing. High school anthem album for me. So, that's all I'll say about it. Because I've said a ton of stuff about it. Richard saying I used to order a lot from the UK, can't do it anymore. Yeah, it's expensive. So maybe if we can track you down a cheap copy of, maybe we'll see if we can work something out because it might be cheaper for us to send it to you than pay shipping from her store, possibly. True. So I'm going to see how much shipping is because I want to send something down to John. For sending me some stuff. So we'll find out how much shipping is to Florida. That'll give me a ballpark what it is to maybe ship to Colorado. Maybe we can figure something out. All right. Back to the top, Tim. What's next from your wife's pull?
Oh, man. I don't know how I feel much about this record. I like their debut record a hell of a lot better. Or no, maybe not their debut. Their second one. The second one was the big one. This one... it's what's on this record? Yeah, this record's not my thing, but I do like the band at one point in time, and that was No Doubt. Yeah. This is
not my favorite.
This is the one with what's that one where she's like this, bananas.
Is it like is it that one with Hollaback Girl?
Track,
yeah, this is the one. This is the one with Hey Baby.
Yeah. That's when No Doubt went super poppy.
Yeah, this is right after Tragic Kingdom, I believe, right?
No, the one after Tragic Kingdom was Return to Saturn. I've got
Okay.
that one. It's good because it
Okay.
sounds like Tragic Kingdom. But then
It's not
they got away
That
from
one there doesn't have Hollaback Girl on it, does it?
No, that was a
Is that what
solo.
it's called? Is it called Hollaback Girl?
No, that
Yeah,
was
there's a song
solo
called Hollaback Girl.
Hella good. Hey baby.
Yeah, hella good. That's the song.
Underneath It All. Do you remember
Underneath
that
It
one?
All was an okay song.
Yeah, it was
But
okay.
they got away from the punk, ska, whatever,
Yeah.
and just went mainstream pop, and it just
Yeah. And rock. Yeah.
Oh no, Hollaback Girl's when she went solo.
right.
Yeah, and that
Exactly.
just got weird.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't see that album very often. That's for
No.
sure. I mean, it's okay. Some of the songs are okay, but you're right. It's not Tragic Kingdom.
I'd say it's the start of their departure from
Yes.
the good stuff.
If you find Return to Saturn, grab it. It's not that common, but
Okay.
it's got some good songs on it. It's very much like Tragic Kingdom.
Okay.
Not quite as good because one of those monster albums. How do you follow up on that, right?
Yeah. Exactly.
All right, Daryl, what's next in your pile?
I'm not sure what this is, but I can tell it's an orange colored vine. Oh, here we go. I think she picked this one for me because I don't know if she really likes Alice in Chains. You know what it is? Is this the? That's what it is. Rooster's on this one. Yeah, she likes Rooster. This is really good. But this is once again, this is like I've talked about this, that if you want a starting point with Alice in Chains, like I would never guide a new listener to this album. And this album is fantastic. I mean, it's got Rooster, it's got Them Bones, it's got Sick Man, Down in a Hole, Angry Chair, Wood. It's got a lot of their hits, but this is, with the exception of the Tripod album, this is very it's very heavy, theme heavy. Like Sick Man alone, it just explains everything you need to know about where Lane Staley was in his life. But it's a cool, like I don't know, I'd call it like a peach color, I guess, maybe, that vinyl. But yeah, she knows it's one of my favorite bands. And yeah, I don't want to talk too much about them because I've shown all their albums, and just my favorite grunge band of all time. Kind of like you with Oasis. It's kind of like, what else am I going to say? Right? You're either an Alice in Chains fan or you're not.
Right.
And I don't know. I just like them, and I didn't realize that she actually liked them. I think she wouldn't want to listen to it all the time though, because it's pretty heavy for her type of music. She doesn't really listen to that stuff.
All right.
Good though.
So this is an interesting pick. This is a record I'm really fortunate to own. It's not what you think it is at first glance. Sixto Rodriguez.
Nice.
Searching for Sugar Man, if you've seen the movie. This is not Cold Fact. This is Rodriguez at his best. It looks like Cold Fact, but it's a combination of the Cold Fact cover with this image, which was from his second album, Coming From Reality. I do have a South African first pressing of Cold Fact, one of my most cherished records. This is from Australia because while he was big in South Africa, he was also big in Australia and unknown in America. So this is an original Blue Goose from 76, I believe. This is essentially his best of. So it's most of Cold Fact with a few songs from Coming From Reality, his second album, and 3 previously unreleased songs that don't appear anywhere else. So it's kind of a weird oddball that only came out in Australia, and I'm glad I have it because he was as big in Australia as he was in South Africa. If you're not familiar with the story of Rodriguez, go see I guess it's on streaming. You can watch, called Searching for Sugar Man. Incredible story. I did get to see Sixto Rodriguez in person, and I met him for like 20 seconds. love this guy. So this is pretty cool from Australia, Rodriguez.
I haven't seen that album, that version.
Yeah, unless you're big into the Rodriguez stuff, it doesn't. You see Cold Factor, see Coming From Reality. You don't see this, and then there's also a live album which is Good Luck Impossible. I'd still like to find that one of these days, but there we go.
Okay, I had a feeling she'd pull this one or one of these records. I've talked about this guy before, but this record, let's just see here. This record was made famous by Mojo magazine, okay? And if you zoom in, Elvis Costello is holding this record.
Oh yeah.
Ron Sexsmith's
yeah.
debut record. This came out.
Yeah, you don't hear much about that guy.
No, I've talked about this guy before. This guy's quite the songwriter. The only thing that some people can't get around his voice. He's got one of those. His voice has gotten better through the evolution. He's got 15, 16 albums. His voice has gotten better as his career has gone on. He's kind of figured out his own sound. But these early records, the songs are better than anything he's ever written. The further back you go, but his voice is takes a little bit more getting used to. But this is insane. People cover a lot of his music. Secret Heart. This is the one with Secret Heart. Is probably his biggest track, and it's covered by Emmylou Harris and Feist, and everyone covers this guy. I think even Chris Martin of Coldplay covered one of his songs. But he's just kind of he's pretty awesome. He looks like he's 12 years old there, but he's actually 30 in this photo.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't even really hear much about him.
No.
He's releasing albums and stuff, but you don't hear much about him.
Yeah, and he's kind of one of those guys that, he's doesn't get his dues. Like if these records that come out back in the 80s or 70s, they would have been he would have been a household name. But he was just kind of born out of time.
Yep.
Okay. Daryl.
What do we got here? Oh, here we go. The best year ever, 1979, Smashing Pumpkins. This is a 12-inch single. And I do like the Smashing Pumpkins. I wish that I could afford Melancholy and the Infinite Sadness, the whole album, because it's brilliant. But it's not a cheap album to buy. Because I think it would be it was a 2 CD set. So it's got to be at least 4 discs.
I have it over here.
But man, this is a great song. I love this song. And Bullet with Butterfly Wings. If I had that as a single too, that's a great track. I'll never forget Much Music, or not Much Music, but it was Much Music. And I saw Bullet with Butterfly Wings, the music video, the very first time it was aired. I was sitting there in front of the TV. They made a big deal about it. Man, that was such a cool video. It was just so different from anything else. And then the video for this, I think they were driving around in a car or something like that. I can't remember, but
yeah, just
some really cool videos. And it was so different from the Siamese Dream album. Just so, say all you want. I mean, Billy Corgan's kind of a douchebag, but
he's a little arrogant.
He just got, but it's just so different from anything else that was coming out in the 90s. I mean, I don't even know where I got this. but it's pretty cool to say. Like, I've never seen anybody show too many singles, 12-inch singles of Smashing Pumpkins. It's just really cool album.
What'd you think of Ava Adore in like that kind of? You like that?
That is probably one of the last eras of Smashing Pumpkins I could tolerate. But what's really cool is they did another album where they did a cover of Fleetwood Mac's Landslide, and it was actually pretty decent. Like, just different.
So here's the thing about that. So they did that, and it was a hit for them. And then the Dixie Chicks did it, and it was an even bigger hit for them. And because of that, it became a hit for Fleetwood Mac. It was not originally a hit for Fleetwood Mac. It was just an album track. It's crazy.
No, it's just really neat. I forget what the Landslide one came off of. There was an album that they did that's pretty obscure, but yeah, I don't know. I couldn't listen to the Smashing Pumpkins all the time, but once again, it just brings me back to the 90s, to an era where music was so, in my opinion, was just so cool in the 90s and the 80s. I mean, you got your 70s classic rock and your 60s rock and roll, 50s, 60s rock and roll, but there's just something different about that 90s stuff too. And personally, for me, maybe it's just because I'm an old fart. I can't get into anything post 2010. I really can't.
I think, and I mean, I could be wrong because I don't know anything about anything, and I'm no expert. I'm just some idiot on YouTube. But you kind of look back, and I think in my mind there was two sort of pivotal decades of music: the '60s and the '90s, because it was just such a seismic shift in what was mainstream music. That those 2 decades, what changed in music is just unmatched. So we were obviously we're all too young.
And for maybe I would argue maybe the late 70s, early, just that like punk shift there, that punk to like that small brief, but like more like the decade for sure, 60s and 90s.
Like I agree with you, Rob. Like, you talk about the 60s, you had the Beatles, you had the Rolling Stones, you had like all of that stuff, and then obviously they're not the same, but you look at the 90s and you go, man, there's Oasis, there's Smashing Pumpkins, there's Nirvana, there's Sheryl Crow, like that, just
even rap, like
the whole grunge movement, a genre that didn't even exist.
Yeah, like it just, I don't know, there's this, and then
you look.
I'm not saying that today's music is bad, because we have established this, that if you do listen to like not just indie stuff, but the not pop mainstream stuff, like there's some good stuff, but it's hard to find, it's hard to come by.
Yeah.
Whereas this stuff was everywhere, and they were promoting it.
Yeah. Richard's looking for a Ron Sexsmith starting point. Tim, any suggestions?
Jesus Christ.
That's a tough one.
That's like saying, what Beatles album do you start with, really?
The first one.
Yeah, I don't know. It depends. Like if you can, this is an excellent starting point. But if you can't immediately get into the voice is a bit, you'll be like, oh, okay. But I think you'll get the music. I think the music.
Didn't you show a Sexsmith album last week or the week before?
But if you're more into like a more mainstream sound, then Long Play or Late Bloomer. Yeah. And if you like that was produced by Bob Rock. Yeah. But if you like a happy medium between, the really old and the really new, Retriever or Time Being, those two are his favorite record. Retriever is probably like Michael Bublé, like that's where people were starting to cover him, and Bublé, Emmylou Harris, and that's where people were kind of noticing him, and they were covering his songs. And so Retriever, I would say Retriever, Time Being, Self-Titled, or Long Play or Late Bloomer. I would say those 4 out of 16. Start with those 4.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. There you go. Okay, this is an interesting album that no one but me has ever heard of, by a band that no one but me has ever heard of. This is a band called Hunting. And they use the term band loosely. It's a guy. His name is Bradley Ferguson. From, I think, Vancouver. Call it BC. Indie rock, I guess. How I know this band / guy is from his second album, which looks like this, except it's white and like black and neon green, but it's the same image. I mentioned earlier on there was a band I see at the Dakota all the time called the Dustin Bentall Outfit, or Dustin Bentall and the Smokes. When Dustin sort of packed in his solo career, he joined Bradley Ferguson, and they together became Hunting for the second record. And Dustin co-wrote half the songs. But Dustin plays on this record just about every song. So does Ryan Gildomon from Mother Mother. I don't know if you guys have heard of that band. So it's kind of good. It's kind of indie rock. I have this because I paid for the second album because it was Dustin and Bradley together, and Dustin just sent me this one along with it. My other copy's signed. So yeah, it's kind of an indie rock record that I own because I know the one guy and was a big fan of his other stuff. So yeah, there you go, Hunting. Which brings us back to Tim.
It's kind of a cool cover. I like that cover.
Yeah, it's well, I'll show you the other one. It's sitting right here. Hold on. And there's their second album right there.
Yeah, those are neat covers.
Yeah.
Good artwork.
Yeah. Neat music too.
All right, guys. Greatest hit alert.
Uh-oh.
She's a big fan of reggae, and I'm a big fan of reggae. We actually went to for a honeymoon. We went to Jamaica, and we went to his we did the Bob Marley pilgrimage thing where he like meditated and all that stuff. I got some really fun crazy stories doing that, but yeah, I mean, what do you say about Bob Marley? Like, and this greatest hits is all you need, really.
Yeah.
Unless you really,
it's really good.
Unless you like the deep cuts, but this has got everything. This has got everything you need.
My high school history teacher had a CD copy of that, and he had this. I'd like to say like a cabinet, and it had a CD player with speakers. And if we were really good, he would throw that album on.
Yeah,
he just let us listen to music while we were working. It was a very rare circumstance in school to have music. But we, as soon as he'd put that on, we just shut up and listened. It was good stuff.
Well, you don't really need any. Like, it's everything you need in one.
Yeah.
And look at that, eh? It's a gatefold. But it's not a double LP, just for a single. So I guess the songs are really short because there's a good 7 songs per side here. So yeah, I guess all his tunes are 2-3 minutes long.
Mm-hmm.
My wife and son used to listen to that endlessly in the car, and it used to drive me nuts. Until the point that I finally caved in and went, yeah, okay, it's pretty good. And when I was record shopping one time with Brian from Remember Attic Robot and Chris from Styles Meets Vinyl in Toronto, I saw that it was in a used bin, so I picked it up, and I'm glad I own it because it's good. It's good. Mm-hmm. And Tim is frozen, so hopefully he'll rejoin us. Either that, or he's looking very intently at the front cover of that record. We'll soldier on without Tim here for a minute. Hopefully he'll reconnect. Hold on. Let's remove this. And let's add this. There he is.
There you go.
Technical difficulties. What would be a stream without it?
Squirrels in the engine.
Exactly. All right, Daryl, what you got?
All right, here we go. Because this is a great album. And I know that it's got one of your least favorite songs by this guy, but you're definitely a fan of this guy because you have everything. including the kitchen sink that he's pretty much ever released. And she picked Waking Up the Neighbors, which is a fantastic
I
album.
love that album.
It's great.
It's a great album.
Love it.
You know, talk about a polarizing album though, because if you don't like everything I do it for you. I mean, you pretty much skip that song, which is what
I do. I hate that song, but I love that album.
Yeah, I can't stop this thing we started.
My
Thought I
favorite.
died and gone to heaven. Vanishing. Do I have to say the words is kind of a weird one, but it's okay.
It's okay.
But my favorite song by far, almost pretty much my favorite Bryan Adams song, is "There Will Never Be Another Tonight." I mean, that is just a rockin' track. And I don't know. There's just something about this. I mean, it's kind of like we've talked about this, right? You got Reckless, and then you got Into the Fire, which is completely forgotten, and then this.
Yeah.
You know.
Yep.
It's just
love that.
really good stuff.
I played the shit out of that when I was in university.
Same.
Can't Stop This Thing We Started is my favorite song. I thought that album cover was so goddamn cool. That's the reason I bought my first Fender Stratocaster, which
Yeah.
I still
that
have.
is
It's
cool.
over there, hanging over there on my wall. I have two Strats, but I bought my first one in 1999. So it's almost 30 years old. So.
Gee, I almost thought you were going to say you bought it at the 5 and Dime for a second.
Ooh. I did not buy it at the 5 and Dime. I bought it at, I don't remember what the name of the music store was in my town, which is no longer in business. I've modded the shit out of the Strat since then, but I still have it and I still love it. I still play it, and it's 30 years old.
It's so funny because when everybody talks about Bryan Adams, they skip over this album, and this album is so good. It's so good. And I mean, if you don't want to listen to everything I do, well, skip it.
Skip it. That's what I do.
Skip it.
That's what I do. Love that. And then he recorded that album in its entirety live at the Royal Albert Hall, and it's in the box set. And it's pretty good. Pretty good. Mm-hmm. Oh, this is a great record. So good. No one's ever heard of this band either. Man, do I love this record. This is a band called The Heartbroken, and this is their album Storm Clouds. I love The Heartbroken. They have two albums. Their first album, I don't remember what it's called, only available on CD. This is their second album from 2016. They put out an album in 2010. They put out an album in 2016. They've not put out an album since then. I don't want to use the word supergroup, but they all have careers in and of their own right. I don't remember what all of them do, but the lead singer is a musician, singer-songwriter that I love, Davnit Doyle. She is a host on CBC Radio. She has a daily show. She's put out a bunch of solo records. I've met her before. I love her most recent solo album, which is called Liquor Store Flowers. It's phenomenal. But this is her and her friends, and they get together and they put out this album, and it's just a great rock record. Just a contemporary rock record. It's solid. It's awesome. You can't find it anymore because you could only buy it on their website a decade ago when it came out. It's not worth anything, but you're just not going to find it because it's just not out there. But probably worth streaming or whatever. But really good Canadian rock for people in their 40s, I guess. I love it. It's phenomenal.
Nice.
Are they on? I'll check if they're on. I'll check them out.
I would imagine they probably are. I'm excited because Davnit has said she has new music coming out. I don't know if it's just a single. I hope it's a new solo record because her last solo record was amazing. Absolutely amazing. And it's been like 10 years since that came out. So she's teased that there's new music coming in the next little bit. So.
Oh, there we go. Yeah. It's the only album that's available.
Well, there you go. It's the Storm Clouds is the better of the two albums that they put out.
Okay.
The first one is still really good, but Storm Clouds is better.
All right.
So, okay, back to the top. We've got two left, and we're already at 10 o'clock. So why don't you show the two you got left?
Okay,
We'll just kind
let's
of
do
do a speed round for each of us here.
All right. Oh, interesting polls. Okay, well this would have been predictable. This one I have no idea why she pulled this. Interesting. So, okay, we'll do this one first. This guy is probably your Taylor Swift would be. This guy would be her. Whatever
Right,
I'm trying to say.
Yeah,
Dallas Green.
Right on.
So he was a member of who's he a member of? Alexis on Fire.
I think so.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, he still plays with Alexis on Fire, but he has his own solo project called City and Color, because Dallas is his first name and Green is his last. So
I have a
City and
confession to make. So I'm not a fan, but one of my good friends was, and he was a good number of years before I made I'm like, why does he call himself City and Color? It literally took me years before it dawned on me, you stupid moron, it's his name.
Yeah.
Dallas Green.
But this guy has like the tune, like the melodies are good. The tunes are they're good. They're good songs. But he's got they're all kind of slow and there's nothing rocking.
Right.
But he's got quite an angelic voice for a guy, eh? He's got that soft, just I don't know, very angelic.
Works for the ladies.
Yeah, that's it, right?
Yep.
And then this one, which go figure. Now I don't have a huge jazz collection. I've got maybe 25 jazz records. But I love Nina Simone.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I've got maybe 5 Nina Simone records. So whenever I'm flipping through the bins, if I see a Nina Simone record, I'll just grab it. There's really not a bad one. But what does she do? What does she do on this one? Oh, nothing's. Oh, end of the line. No big covers on this one. But yeah, I'm surprised she pulled that one. Nina Simone. Maybe because she watched. There's a documentary on her on Netflix that we might have watched maybe a few months back. Pretty good. She was pretty troubled. I guess she had schizophrenia or bipolar or something like that. Yeah. Yeah, she's great.
Okay, Daryl.
Okay. Oh, I'm surprised she pulled this particular one. Maybe it's because I don't have any of his 90s stuff. But she went with Elton John from the Honky Chateau album, which is a good album. A really good album. Yeah, Honky Cat's a really good song. Yeah, I think if I had the because she's really into the Lion King soundtrack and stuff like that. So I think that if I had, what is the out? Is it called The One? Is that the one?
Which one?
Can
you feel the love?
Can you feel the love tonight?
That was just off the Lion King. It wasn't on an album.
Yeah, but there was an album released around the same time called The One. I think, Was The One?
Well, there was the one. There was Made in England. There was The One. Hold on.
Yeah, The One is the one I'm thinking of. But yeah, I mean. Once again, Elton John he's just killer. I mean, this has Rocket Man on it. There's a song on here that I actually really like, but
this one, Daryl?
I don't know if Rob will get dinged if I say it out loud. So we'll just say that I think I'm gonna unlive myself tonight. It's actually a pretty good song.
Are you thinking this one, Daryl?
Yeah, that's the one.
Okay.
Yeah, I like that album. That's a good one.
Yeah,
I think that
good,
if I had that one, she would have pulled that.
That's a good one.
Yeah, so Elton John's really good. And then this one here, super funny that she picked Weird Al.
There you go.
I gotta this is the only Weird Al album I have, and I'm not gonna talk about it anymore because every time I do, Tim brings out his accordion.
The accordion box.
Is that the only one you've got? Oh, okay.
It's the only one I got. Yeah. You know, it's funny because we we talk about like you looking like obviously I don't have stores around me, but when I do get a chance to look at bargain bins, you don't find Weird Al in the bargain bins.
Never.
In fact, you don't really see Weird Al in the wild at all,
Nope.
unless you're really looking, I guess.
Yeah, I have.
Yeah, no, I'd like to get.
You see him, but it's not common.
Yeah, I would. I'd like to get more of his stuff, especially his '90s stuff. I love the '90s Weird Al stuff. It's pretty funny. So, and the UHF soundtrack would be amazing if I got that on.
Yeah.
Okay. Last two that the wife.
Oh,
has
Daryl, I found this in the not semi recently. It's just a 7-inch single of
Okay.
smells like tea.
That's so funny.
Yeah. The spoof of the Nirvana.
Waffle King is side B. That's amazing.
Waffle.
Nice.
It's a good one.
Okay. This one's tight in the sleeve here. Hold on. Okay. The Darkness, One-Way Ticket to Hell and Back. This was their second album. This was the one after Permission to Land that had
good.
The big hits on it. The title track on here was the hit off this record. There's the boys right there. I did not have this initially, and it was very hard to find. Couldn't get an OG. So when they reissued this last year, I think, last year as a 20th anniversary, I jumped on it. I don't care that it's not the original. I just want the album. It's on kind of this weird, it doesn't show well on the camera, but it's this kind of reddish brown. I guess it's supposed to be like lava, I guess. So, yeah, it's kind of a neat cover because it wraps all the way around. So, there you go. The Darkness.
I had heard this rumor that a said Rob actually had a near encounter with the lead singer one time.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if it's true or not.
Yeah, I heard he blew it.
Yeah, I'm gonna just, yes, I sort of almost met Justin Hawkins, but I didn't realize it was him until he was past me, and he realized that he saw in my face that I realized it was him as he was 25 feet away from me and did kind of like a woo, like the big high falsetto thing, and kind of laughed over his shoulder at me, and it was
Yeah.
stupid me. We're gonna end this out with a best of, and I know Daryl owns this record, and Daryl and I both love this record.
That's
Bon Jovi's
amazing.
Crossroad,
Nice.
which was their great, which is funny, right? It's their greatest hits for the first,
To that
15 years of their career.
Yeah.
And there was so many more hits after this, like very premature, because there's a lot of hits
Wasn't,
that they had after this. But
Was Always on an album, or was that exclusive to that?
I don't know, to be quite honest.
I think it might have just been on there.
I think it was just on here.
'cause
There was another song that was just on here as well.
Because I like Always, but I never was able to find. I just didn't know if I was.
No, I think it's just on here.
Yeah, I think there's 2 tracks on there that were just on there.
Yeah.
Always and something else. I
Better
forget.
Roses. Better Roses. No, that's on an album, right?
Bed of Roses is on an album. Was it? No, I don't remember.
It wasn't I'll Be There For You, was it? No, that was on an album, I think.
That was on an album.
Hmm.
But anyway, so an early Bon Jovi greatest hits. So, anything from self-titled album to, Slipper When Wet, New Jersey, any of those early albums on here, really good, all amazing. There you go, Bon Jovi.
Yeah.
That's it. That's all. Douglas is saying, I saw a Weird Al What?
What?
Weird Al backing up the Monkees. I wouldn't have had that on a bingo card, but okay.
How does that even? I'm actually going to see him in July. I can't wait.
That's insane.
That's so weird.
I think the Monkees should back up Weird Al. I don't have any respect for the Monkees. I'm sorry, and I know Sam would just Americana Sam would throw rocks at me for saying that, but I think the Monkees are a joke. But then again, I'm a joke. I'm just some idiot on YouTube. So don't listen to what I say because I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. So, well, that was fun, guys. Any concerts coming up, Tim? Anything exciting?
I've got nothing till the end of the month, and it's night out. I've got you know Bill Bruford from Yes, the drummer.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm going to see him at a brewery.
Right on.
So that'll be kind of a chill show. And then I've got Judy Collins the following night.
Right on.
Never seen her before. I'm like, might as well. It's a farewell tour. So
Sure.
yeah,
Cool.
that's it.
What's up in your world, Daryl? Anything exciting? Any videos?
Much. I did release a video, a week ago. It's going to be part of a series that I'm doing. I'm going through, it's like subgenres, I guess. So I got a whole list of they call them styles on Discogs. So I'm going through the styles, and so I released one. So basically, I'm starting at the very bottom. So styles or subgenres I have where I only have one album, and then I'm going to work my way up through my collection till I get to the last subgenre that's in there. So
Interesting.
it's going to take me a little while to do, but like the first video goes over stuff like religious reggae and grindcore. So if you want to see some weird genres I have in my collection, remember that band I have called Vomit Fall? Fit into there. Yeah.
I would like to see some religious grindcore is what I'd like to see.
That would be funny. Apparently there is such a thing as religious death metal, or I don't know.
I mean,
It seems like two things that don't work together.
who am I to judge? I need to get my video that I did with Richard about how to get into U2. I still need to get my Americana Sam video. They're both recorded and they're both sitting on this computer. I just have to edit that, and I have been very lazy. My motto lately seems to be, why do today what you can put off until tomorrow? So I will get them up very soon because I should. Other than that, I got a concert coming up in 2 weeks. I'm going to go see Whitehorse on the start of their new tour because they just put out an album that comes out tomorrow, I believe, which I have pre-ordered. So that's exciting. Yeah, that's it. I think I'm going to go see the Little Lorraine movie again.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It's open to even more theaters across Canada. It's double the amount of theaters that it was in last week. And it's still playing here in my hometown. So I texted a buddy of mine and said, hey, want to go see this? I've already seen it and it's awesome. I want to go see it again. So
Yeah, it's good.
it's coming to Ottawa, by the way, Tim.
Yeah, it's in Ottawa.
Oh, okay.
So
We'll go
yeah,
see it. It's really good.
Yeah, I think
You owe it to Daryl. You got to go see it because he can't.
that's right. You
That's
got to rub it
true.
in.
That's true.
Right.
Yeah.
You don't have a movie theater there at all, do you, Daryl?
Not a chance.
No. Your movie theater is your living room.
That's basically my living room. Yeah.
Right. Right. So you got to go see it and do it for Daryl.
Yeah,
I'm going to
I'll
go
try.
probably go see it again.
Yeah.
So.
I think we're
That's
punning. I think we're punning off Timbit on Saturday, so
There you go.
we'll be kid free. So I'll go see a movie.
Is that what you call your son, Tim? Timbit?
Yeah.
That's awesome. That's fantastic because you're Tim and he's a little version of you, Timbit. That's fantastic. I love that. For our American friends, a Timbit is a donut hole from Tim
Yeah.
Hortons.
Yeah.
We call them Timbits. So. All right. That's everything. Thanks everybody for watching and tuning in. We love chatting with you, and for folks that are going to watch it later, spend a couple hours with us. We'll be back next week. I guess we're going to do walk-up songs next week, was Daryl's idea. So That's a great
Sure,
idea.
why not?
Why not?
Walkout songs. I like that.
Walkouts.
Yeah. That's what they call them in baseball. When you're coming up to bat,
Yeah.
it's called a walk-up song.
I'm going to see if I can come up with 12 different sports and 12 different walkout songs. Maybe I could do that.
12 different. Are there 12 different sports? I don't know.
Yeah, I'm going to come out my dart throwing song. You know, darts.
Oh yeah.
I used to play
Which would be
darts when I was-
amazing.
I used
If I
to
was
play
a professional
darts back when I
dart
was
player
in high
doing
school.
what those guys do, I know it's not a tough, rough sport, but man,
Bowling,
playing
bowling,
darts is
darts,
so
bowling.
fucking hard, man. It's
Bowling,
so
man.
hard.
Kick all your asses at bowling. So. All right, guys, that was fun. We'll be back next week. We'll have a guest with us, and we'll talk walk-up songs. So that's our plan. We'll see everyone next week. Hope you have a great week. Thank you.